Yeah, that is very exciting. And I want to move on to some of the guys because there was a lot of drama. Maybe you've seen even coming off the show when Jeremiah was sent home. I think the viewers were confused about the decision. I know that was a while ago, but can you kind of bring us back to that moment on what you guys were thinking? And also, Jeremiah, it seemed like you were very close with him, and I think he was a little thrown off by being sent home by you as well.
Yeah. So I'm very close with Jeremiah. I still consider myself really good friends with him, regardless of anything he might have said. And I think that there's a lot of clarity to that situation that is not aware yet. And it's something that I'm waiting till the reunion to happen, because it's interesting to see, how people act when they think one thing, but in reality, it's a whole nother thing. And sorry, like noises, but when in reality, it's a whole.
You see why I have a problem with Nick? Do you see why I can't believe anything Nick says to you? Do you see why I can't ship Nick and Alandria? Do you see why I can't ship Nick and Alandria, really and truly? When I hear statements like this, it makes me think. First and foremost, he said him and Jeremiah, he likes Jeremiah. He's cool with Jeremiah. Right? He likes Jeremiah. And then he tells us there'll be a clip that will come out probably at the reunion that will prove everything he's saying is true. And I'm like, okay, cool. So if you're cool with Jeremiah and you're outside of the villa, the reunion is not into another week or two, I believe it, right? Why would you not have a conversation with Jeremiah ahead of time? And the reason why I'm highlighting the Jeremiah situation actually is not about Jeremiah anymore. I said this when I did my reviews earlier on in the season. Men that do stuff like Nick, where they betray people behind their back and call themselves friends, are the people that will do stuff to that will also play women too. I've said this before. You know what I'm saying to you? You know what I mean? Men who do what he does, I've already told you, like how men are, just like women as well, right? Men that betray other men, I see them and I go, yeah, you're more than likely going to do the exact same thing to a woman too. And you're an actor and you're a player. Okay? So for me personally, I didn't want to have a harsh take, but I'm going to have a harsh take. And if I'm wrong, listen, we'll do a video, we'll retract what we felt later on, and talk about this, later on in the situation, okay? But when men do what Nick does, right? Who said I was a friend to Jeremiah, okay? And then he said I'm cool with Huda, voted her off twice, by the way. Still had conversation with her. Then did the same thing to Jeremiah too. You can't tell me that's a trustworthy person. I can't trust you. Like, people are not deep in it. He did the same thing to Huda, to Jeremiah, and then he did the exact same thing also now to Sierra. Well, of course, the Sierra thing, we get it. It's slightly different because the circumstances are different, right? Because in essence, Sierra got kicked off. Okay, Sierra got kicked off. So in essence, I kind of see where you might have a leg to stand on. But how quickly, so quickly, he's now with Olandria. Wait, was he playing with Sierra the whole entire time? Was he playing with Sierra the whole entire time? You telling me this man was out here fornicating, sleeping with, giving her 25 seconds of his best of his life, and then all of a sudden the girl kicks out, and then all of a sudden he's now on Olandria and it's all about Olandria? Oh, baby, don't lose your head. Don't lose your head, don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. And if you don't understand that, listen, I'm going to say it again, the game is still the game. What you have to understand is at least a year, the game has to be played. Because after the show is done, okay. Oh, I couldn't even hear that sound. Apologies, guys. I didn't realize there's a heartbeat sound going behind me. After the show, right? They got at least another year or so. They got at least another year or so. I'm just gonna let you know, they've got at least another year or so. You know what I'm saying to you? So we don't know nothing going yet until a year is done. because most of these people are now on season 7. People very much are aware of the game they must play. Now I'm going to play the rest of the interview and break it down. Nothing he said in that interview was actually kind of scary. Nothing in the interview was like, oh my God, that's crazy. There was nothing crazy about Nick. Because let me tell you something about Nick. Nick is not the type to make crazy statements and movements. That's what makes him so dangerous. That's what makes Nick so dangerous. And see, listen. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So I'm always open to be wrong. But one thing I know about being an emotional F-boy myself is that when you're an emotional F-boy, you show up much differently than someone else who's just an F-boy. Your traditional F-boy who just wants to have sex with women and move on to No, the reason why Nick throws off a lot of women is because he's also very much emotionally intelligent. He's understanding. Look, when I watched the interview, he had already clocked all the memes. He had clocked the videos. He clocked things that I said about him. He's already ahead of the time. All right, he was already ahead of the time. Nick is after day one or 2 days, he's already caught up. He knows exactly what's going on out in their villa, outside the villa, and that told me everything. Nick is somebody who's a smart, intelligent young man. And let me tell you this now: the game is to be televised. So for me personally, like I said, it's not that I don't want to ship Nick and Alandria. I just want to ship Nick and Alandria because I see the behaviors that are going to come out. And we're talking about we want to help Alandria. Baby girl, if she couldn't spot Taylor, it's going to be hard to spot Nick. And this is also the biggest issue about the Nick and Alandria situation now. His mum is involved, the internet's involved, you're involved, and that's now the problem. That's what's gonna make it even worse now. That's what's going to make it even worse now. Because now, how do we know if he really, really, really wants her? Because now his mum is on his neck, you are on his neck, the internet's on his neck, the brands and sponsorships are going to want to see, and let's be honest, I want to keep it real again. The brands and sponsorships love a little swirl. I'm going to be honest with you. Especially when it's a black woman and a white man, they do. They love it. You know what I'm saying to you? And the audience already love it as well. They're going to get behind it. There's already a machine of liking and wanting this to work. That is going to be very difficult to let go. That's going to be very difficult to let go. Imagine the brands are going to come to you and Alandria. You know? You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not saying he's faking it. There's a difference in what I'm saying to you. He's not fake. I never said he's faking it. What I'm saying to you is that when you are, I don't say he's faking it because faking it will make it like there's no liking. He likes her. Don't get it twisted. But to the extent of what he's talking about, you know what I'm saying to you? But let's break down the interview, you know what I'm saying to you? And I'm sure, you know, some people may not like the opinion, you know what I'm saying to you? I know some people, like they're saying, I'm a grown man because they don't want to address the issue. It's up to you. If you don't agree, you don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying to you? I understand. You know what I'm saying to you? But when his mother was said, you know, he's gonna, when they basically said that he's, you know, he wants a woman that's gonna make him grow up. I said, is this what you want for her, our good sis? That's what you want for our good sis. When a mother comes out and says, you know what, you'll be good for my son because you're going to grow him up. You might want to start running now. Oh, baby. But let's you know, let's just, you know what I'm saying to you? Let's get into this breakup. I've been wrong before. I was wrong about Serena and Cordell. You know what I'm saying to you? I said, listen, if they get together, I'm scared for Cordell because if he doesn't set boundaries, he's going to be in trouble with Serena. I was wrong, it seems, right? It's been a year more for Serena and Cordell. It seems to have worked out so far. So, hey, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying to you? We can be wrong sometimes. It is what it is. But let's go back to the beginning because I want to play a little bit more of what they're talking about as well and his relationship. Now, the one question that was not answered, I want to say is the one question that was not asked is, I think, and I may stand corrected. If anybody's watched the interview, I'll break it down. But I don't think they ever asked him, why didn't you go for Olandria at the very beginning? He said he let Taylor know that he fancied Olandria. But when he said it, it sounds like he was talking about when they came back in. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, that's why I'm seeing it. So I'm like, okay, wait. So again, we still haven't answered this question. Why didn't you go after them at the beginning? Because you know what he said, and this is why I said it's a bit say he told us absolutely Bella Dasha is absolutely his type, and then he said Sierra, I can see a future with her. Now, I think this comment of what you're saying is problematic. If you're telling me Nick has respect for Olandria probably more than any black man has ever, well, first and foremost, that's your problem right there. You're still accepting bottom barrel. You believe that because black men have not shown her the kind of respect that she needs, and because he's shown her a level of respect, even though he's an F-boy, I believe, this is acceptable. And you think that's something to plan? Come on, guys. We must raise the level. We must raise the level. Come on, we must raise the level. We must raise the level. It must raise the level. Now, if we added Olandria, would have been messy. Guys, come on, stop it. Stop it. Absolutely stop it. He had no problem being messy with Bella Dasha and Sierra in the first place. If he wasn't about being messy, he would have never had a Bella Dasha and Sierra at the same time. He would have never kissed Bella Dasha and Sierra at the same time. I need you lot to stop it. I need you to stop it. I need you to stop that nonsense. What kind of nonsense is that? Come on. He doesn't want to be messy, so he didn't choose a third person. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. But let's get into this, man. Let's break this down as well, man. Let's break this down.
Retire the shirt soon. So
yeah, we had to wear it for the interview. How are you feeling now post Villa? We see you got your phone, you're on TikTok live, you're making Snapchats. How are we feeling?
I think I got my phone and it was like super overwhelming. I think there was so much love and support, and the Alandria, the Mamacita, Mommy's Meatball. There was just so many things that I wasn't ready for. And I think when I got my phone, I'm like, all right, let me start Snapchatting. And I think we hadn't even, it wasn't even an hour into getting our phones back, and I was like recording everyone in the van, and it was getting posted on Instagram. And I had never experienced anything like it before. And people running up to us and asking to take pictures at the airport. It was like a surreal feeling. I felt like Justin Bieber when he was 12 or something with when he had the hairstyle like that. So
yeah, I mean, it is crazy because you go in there, nobody really knowing who you are, and then you come out and it's a whole different world. Even she's a mommy.
Like, why does Nick's brain work like that? I have to ask myself these questions as well. So
I think like you said, you guys have all been hanging out in LA now. You're posting videos and everything together. Is anyone sick of each other at this point? Like,
I'm gonna fast forward this part. This part's not really interesting. I can't lie to you.
We both voted for you and Alandria separately as our favorites, but we were a bit skeptical of the relationship between you two because you were coupled up with Sierra. Alandria was getting to know where things landed with Taylor. Once you guys, you were removed, you were put on a date, and then you were brought back in. You tested your connection and decided, this is just going to be a friendship. Then Sierra was removed from the villa. Taylor had coupled up with Clark, and then you guys decided to explore again. Can you kind of take us through that journey? Because I think everyone, or not everyone, you guys have so many fans, but some were a little skeptical of how it went from being closed off to Sierra to now I'm going to open this up back again with Alandria.
Right, and I think it's super valid to think that. And to that point, like, I haven't seen the show, by the way, so I'm going just based off my personal experiences. I have seen the last episode, but Sierra and I did have like this great connection. And was I expecting her to be removed from the villa? No, like I had no idea why. I was lost and confused, but and I wasn't really ready to switch as fast as possible straight to Alandria. It wasn't like that, and Alandria and I had talked about that. We both had strong connections. She had that strong connection with Taylor, and I had that strong connection with Sierra. So for us, it was more like we felt lost and confused together. And through those first couple of days, it wasn't instantly. It wasn't just we're kissing outside of challenges. We're doing all these things that boyfriend and girlfriend do. No, it took a lot of time and a lot of conversation, and really like feeling lost together. And I think when we kind of joined up, it was this really team effort. And I think that's what bonded us at first. And that's how we got to where we are now. And Yeah.
Yeah, and I think even watching, we had discussed that we think you guys have such a beautiful friendship, and if that turns to relationship or romantic, that's amazing as well. And building that friendship foundation is so important too. What made you guys? You know, you said you were lost and confused together, and you had closed off the romantic connection. What made you go, okay, we're lost, confused, we're leaning on each other, but now actually, like, I'm into you, like, because we can definitely see that now.
Yeah. There was multiple moments to where I think the first thing was the baby challenge. You know, we had Marcel, and um, it was a doll, but
Yeah.
it felt real. And the way she would let me kind of take over things, and like drop a lot of her walls. Like, we all know Alandria is like this fiercely loyal, protective, and when she dropped those walls with Marcel and let me kind of take over, I thought like that was really empowering for me. And then I think it was the what was the day after, the family day. Family day really put things into perspective. We were starting to feel like pretty strongly for each other. And then we had my mom come in and her mom come in and pretty much say they've been supporting us since the first day. And I've said this before, like, but for Alandria and I, family is everything. And when we got that stamp of approval, it's like, okay, now you take a step back and you look at it and you say like, wow, this relationship is something, if our parents are thinking it and we're thinking it. And so it's kind of just like this progressive step by step, build up, build up, build up. And then our first date, and that was like truly amazing. At our first date, and it just happened to be the last episode.
So obviously, as it says, nothing actually wrong about this actually response that he says. He actually speaks about how what turned them from friends to the situation when it came to being lovers. Okay, and I think that's fair, and I don't think, again, I don't think there's anything wrong against that particular response. He has every right to that transformation, right? Now, what I wanted to address in the situation is, how did it make you feel knowing that you are now dating Sierra's friend? That's, you want to be, that's not even messy, but that's actually a part of your story now. Also, if Sierra was removed from him without actually having a conversation, I want to know how this is going to affect you, because you haven't had a conversation with with Sierra. Sierra's just been kicked out. Now, if you know anything about relationships, when a relationship ends so suddenly and they just remove the person from your life, imagine someone just ghosted you and you've not had a chance to speak to them. As much as you might think you want to move forward, seeing them again, we don't know how you're going to feel. We don't know what's going to go on. We need to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm intrigued to find out what's going to happen and how he actually really felt about it. Okay. So for me personally, I was like, oh, okay. I definitely hear what he's saying. Like the Marcel, I say Marcel, but the baby situation, and obviously the dating, the date that they went on as well. Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see more of a connection with them too. Nothing that I have not denied before, which is we know that there is some type of attraction between them, right? Because they kiss, their lips, everything like that. Whether who likes him more than the other side, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. It's a bit weird. You know what I'm saying to you? Now, that's why also at the same time, why I couldn't, not even saying that, I think Alandria, they weren't yet even past they're still at friendship stage, it sounds like, but right now they're between friend and boyfriend and girlfriend. They're like in between a stage, right? Which is a normal stage for most people in dating. It's not like an abnormal thing. But like I said, obviously on the show, because they had a few weeks to kind of get together, and obviously what's happened with Sierra, they have a unique kind of start and launch pad. I'm not against this again once more. I'm not against this, so for me personally, I'm not against that particular aspect. It's just intriguing to know how they actually are going to move, right? And whether the questions were asked. Okay. You know what I mean? It's, the questions I'm asking is, okay, that point, but we never spoke about what happened before then. And it's like, we know what happened when Sierra left. Sierra was gone. Like, we know that. So you had no other choice, because remember, before Olandria was considered, and of course he was in Casa Amor, so he couldn't go after Olandria, he got rejected by Jaden, and he got rejected by Clark as well. You know what I mean? So it's interesting just to hear that.
For us reading those letters and, getting that message from my dad and Alandria's sisters and America. And at that point, it was like, okay, there's so many signs here. and like, you know, we're giving this a shot.
Did you feel any, I guess, outside pressure from not just you, like from your couple, but either the other Islanders or behind the scenes, or, you know, like you said, you're reading America's thoughts that they're supporting you. Did any of that kind of come into play in your mind of like, oh, everyone's thinking this, we really should give it a shot?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was pressure. It was more like just another notion to you know, to try it out and to see if it could work. So I don't think it was pressure. Just more of like a, you know, a little bit of a layup.
Yeah. More like, oh, this might be a sign. You know, you guys did show interest in each other in the very beginning. We had the blindfold kissing challenge and you guys kissed. And I think that we forgot about that as the season went on, because you had coupled up with Sierra and Olandria was with Taylor. And I think, you know, your stands online were like, wait, what about this from the beginning? We forgot about that. And we even forgot about it too. But I think people also want to know, when it comes to your relationship with Sierra, you, right before she was removed from the villa, you guys had a conversation and sort of closed things off. Was there any part of you that thought about leaving after she left?
Now, can I be honest with you? I don't expect Nick to leave if Sierra leaves. I'm sorry. I never expected Nick to leave with Sierra because she left. Because first and foremost, we're here for the show, number one. Number two, you're not my girlfriend. And even if so, let's get this money. Number three, Sierra got kicked off the show suddenly. So it's like, you don't even have a chance to even say bye, have a conversation. It's so suddenly. So I'm, again, not expecting him to have left because Sierra left. I don't expect anybody on the show to leave because someone else left. I'm sorry. There's 50K on the line, 100K potential on the line. I am not expecting you to leave. You know what I'm saying, Chu? So I don't care if it's Sierra or not. Like, I'm not expecting him to leave because Sierra left. At the end of the day, I wasn't expecting him to leave. I wouldn't expect Sierra to leave because of him. You know what I'm saying, Chu? So for me personally, I don't expect that. Oh. Did they hit me up? Damn, they must have hit me up. They must have hit me up. They don't like me doing the video on it. Okay. Well, I didn't know they were so stringent on the situation. Oh, man. Oh, man. Damn, they must have got to me. Okay, okay. Am I back? Am I back? Guys, am I back? Let me know if I'm back. Let me know if I'm back. I think they interrupted the live because it was copyright thing. So chicks in their thing. I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they were gonna do that. Okay. I guess they're making sure their content doesn't get streamed. I hear it. I guess maybe they want us to get streamed. You know what I mean? They didn't want us to stream it. So in that respect, damn, I want Cha. You know what? We'll do it slowly, innit? You get me? We'll do it slowly. I can do it this way, and I can pick up the parts. I have to get the clips for you guys. They took me out the game, bro. They took me out the game and said, nah, they're not gonna have it. What I will do, I will have to watch it again and then take specific parts of it so I get specifically. You know what I'm saying to you? I will see if I can not do it thingy. Let's see if I can play the sound in it so they don't get me.
She just left. You know, nothing. It was a completely normal day. She just left. And then I was brought, you know, I was brought and told that she was gone for, I think it was.
So obviously with the Sierra situation, she got taken out. Sierra got taken out. And unfortunately, my thing is this, right? She got taken out, right? So there is no reason for Nick to actually stay in the villa, as he said, you know? But what's interesting is that they told him, listen to this now. They told him, listen to this part here. You have to listen. Sorry, I apologize. I can't do the video because they gonna get on my ass.
Very vague. Was never told the details of anything, and I was like, okay, you know, this is someone I'm closed off with. This is someone I have like a really close relationship with, and I was.
So they told Nick at the time when she left. They just basically said, okay, they literally just said as well that at the time. Oh, is it doing it? Hopefully not. I done it again, and it cut me off. Okay, I guess I can't play it at all. Maybe. Okay. So they at a time actually said to Nick when she was leaving that, hey, look, she got to go, and said obviously for personal reasons, right? So because they've obviously said personal reasons, this was really interesting. It's Nick's answer. He said they told him he's got to go. I think they told Nick more than this. I'm gonna say I think they might have told Nick a bit more than this, but then again, I don't know, because their situation, okay, the situation when they told Nick that, his answer after is really weird. He said, like, I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to co-sign her behavior. And I was like, wait, why would it co-sign her behavior? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how would he know that would be co-signing her behavior? And I think they told him more. And that's why also he definitely couldn't leave, because it's like, why would you say, like, if someone says that she got to leave for personal reasons, how would you deduce that this would mean something else? That's why I think they must have told him a bit more, you know, and that's the interesting part. Okay, someone said I can read the transcript. That's actually a very good idea. In fact, I will do that. I love that idea. Thank you for giving that idea for the transcript. That's a very good idea. We can read the transcript instead, because, you know, these people are going to be on our necks if we don't. So let me get a transcript so I can actually play that as well and read at the same time, because that would be very powerful to do. So that's why I was like, it doesn't make sense why he made that particular comment. If you listen,
was definitely strongly considering leaving, and then I had a talk with myself and, you know, behind the scenes kind of stuff, and I also told myself, I said, if whatever is happening in the outside world is something I don't align with, then, you know, that could.
So he says, I said, if whatever is happening outside the world is something I don't align with, then you know that I could be perceived as me supporting that. And so I did give myself the chance to kind of stay in the villa, and coming out now, seeing what it is, whether or not those values believe in what I value, is like, now I can kind of have a better perception on it. And, you know, to come into this place with more knowledge, think about it. It's been a lot with overwhelming. Now, my thing is this: how would he know what to align with if it was conversation about just simply about him, about her saying, you know, she has personal reasons? That means that the producers must have told him something. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, that means they must have said something to him at the time. And I'm not mad at he said something. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just kind of just highlighting something that came about, which means they must have told him something about whatever Sierra had said. And that's why also it would have helped him not to go after her. You know what I'm saying to you? And so I don't know if he's spoken to Sierra at this moment, because I don't remember them talking about it. Let me see if I can find a clip. You know, he says about Alandria, been working together, and then he obviously says about what they are. He said the relationship right now that we are, what their label, he says, we've been together for a couple of weeks now, and to me, we're becoming closed off. You know, it's a process, especially after being closed off with Sarah so recently. I think me and Alandria are working at a place that's comfortable for us, and so we're not labeling it. So here's my thing: either the girls are not allowed to ask certain questions, either the ladies are not allowed to ask him certain questions, or they just forgot to ask him a question. Because the next question after that is, okay, so have you had a conversation with Sierra since you came out? But that question doesn't come up, which tells me, again, more than likely, they've probably been told they can't ask certain questions. Do you get what I'm saying to you? It may be a case of that too, like they're not allowed to ask certain questions, because I don't see why that's not a natural question.
That me and Alandria and I are working at a pace that's comfortable for us. Mm-hmm. And so we're not labeling it boyfriend and girlfriend, but let's just say we're doing a lot of things that a boyfriend and girlfriend do, and really enjoying each other's time and being happy with one another. And we have a pretty fun date that we're going on today. So
let me pause it right there. Let me pause it right there. First and foremost, what does he mean that we're doing boyfriend and girlfriend things, even though we're not boyfriend and girlfriend? I said, sir, what are we doing? we're doing boyfriend and girlfriend things, even though we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, I think you're hinting towards you guys are smexing. I'm just going to be honest with you, because there's no need. If you're just having fun and really just getting to know each other, that's all you got to say. The fact that you have to say we're doing boyfriend and girlfriend things without being boyfriend and girlfriend kind of alludes to the fact that you guys are having sex. Now, I'm just saying, listen, hey, listen, we've been here before with Sierra. That's all I'm saying. We've been here before with Sierra. And I want you to understand something. I remember some years ago, there was a situation with me, one of my boys, and a couple of other girls. And I remember one of my boys started dating one of the girls. Okay, and I remember the girl was confident, saying, "Do you know what? Now I know him." She's like, "And now I know your boy. I know him so well. I know he won't do me dirty like he did other girls." I looked at her and I said, "You did, Chris?" I said, you think that because you became friends with him first, he won't do you dirty? Oh no, darling, you've missed it. Oh no, darling, you've missed it. Oh, darling, you've missed it. Do not think because you now know the F-boy that the F-boy won't do what F-boy does. You know what I'm saying to you? You get me? So I said, listen, just because you're friends, it does not make you an thank you very much, Ethan. Does not make you an exception. He does. He actually is. He's going to visit Alandria's family. He said it already. You know what I'm saying to you? He says he's going to visit a family. You know what I'm saying to you? So I said, okay, cool. Well, you know, he's gonna okay. You know, he's gonna visit the family. You know, I'm not mad at it. Again, you know, he's making the right steps. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying, emotional F-boys will meet your mommy and your daddy and your great grandma and come to parties and still do you dirty. I'm not saying he ain't gonna do it, but I'm not gonna use it as a barometer of seriousness. Okay, I'm just not using that as a barometer of seriousness. Okay, because first and foremost, you got very unique situations. Their mums have already met. You know what I'm saying to you? It's a very unique situation. Their mums already met. It's very different. But I'm just saying to you, as an emotional F-boy previously, meeting mums is actually the killer part. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if we're meeting mums already when we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, do you think that's smart? No, I'm just saying to you. And when I say meeting, I always think, you know what, it's always good to have your parents, of course. If you've got good parents who can vet for you, it's also good. Okay, so I'm not gonna be against them, but I'm saying you don't use it as a marker. Okay, don't use it as a marker, as a safety. I'm just saying to you, certain men have played a certain game, and certain mans know what it is when they have to get. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Certain mans will even use their own mom against you. So I'm just. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm being cautious. You know what I mean? I'm just being cautious. You know, I don't fall for the baits. You get what I'm saying to you? And also because I believe that they're gonna on one of their first dates back, they're going to Disneyland. And I said, damn. I said, listen, if this doesn't work out, this is gonna hurt more than Taylor, you know, because you lot you're bonding strongly, you know. I said, oh, okay, you know what? It's good. I like it. Like, Disneyland is a very cool place. It's fun. It's engaging. You're going with, you know, two of your peoples as well. Okay, all right. You know, I'm hearing you. You know, I'm definitely hearing you. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I see you're making some strides, and I hope it's legit and not the F-boy emotionally. You know what I'm saying to you? You know, and so we have to wait and see. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait and see.
So baby steps are.
Hold on, I want to get to. Okay, let me see. When he talks about Sierra again. Okay, so they asked him about his facial expressions with Sierra. Okay, now bear in mind he's seen pretty much all the expressions. Listen to this.
Sierra versus your face and reactions when you've been with Alandria.
Yeah, I have seen those edits, and I think regardless of what Sierra has ever said, I think that she's someone who has feelings and someone I had feelings for, and I don't, you know, they love to laugh at that one because I was like, what did she say? She said,
so obviously they explained the part about him and you know, I think I you know, he talked about obviously the Sierra situation, how you know, with Sierra, how the facial expressions he had during that time, right? And this is why I said I think it's concerning. Because the reason why people are the way that people are excusing you know, the way that people are excusing the change of Nick, right? Let's say Nick was lying about how he felt about Sierra. Let's say Nick was never comfortable with Sierra. Let's say Nick was never really liking Sierra. Do you not think that's a problem? Do you not think that's a problem? Or it doesn't apply to Nick because Nick likes Olandria? Like if Nick didn't actually like Sierra, which I already think he didn't anyway, personally. You know what I mean? Like we could see, because and it's not really just about Sierra, it's about the fact that she wants to close it off. If Nick didn't really like Sierra, then are we not going to see a problem here that he would have stayed in it for so long? Right? If he had a connection elsewhere, why not try to, you know what I mean? Then we have to look at it more differently, because this person played a lovely game. He played a very lovely game, which I think he did play a game. I think Nick played a lovely game. I'm not going to tell us if he didn't. He played a lovely game.
Are you my dream girl?
Yeah, dream girl. And I was like,
yeah.
But I'm trying to like bring myself back into that time, and I'm thinking, I don't remember what I was thinking, but you know, maybe it was true the way that things were, you know, filmed and recorded, and I do, you know, I'm smiling with ear to ear when I'm with Alandria. So,
nah, Negro. Nick, I'm telling you, Nick is a little player. I'm telling you, Nick is a little player. Let me tell you something. Nick is a little player. I'm going to tell you why. Because he doesn't want to tell the truth. Look, let's say he does really like Olandria. Let's say Olandria is actually the one he wanted. Nick is a little player. I just want to, I want to keep it, I want to keep it true. Nick's a little player. Listen to his answer again. I know you can't see the video because, of course, they will get onto my neck. I want you to listen to what his response is about why his face would have changed. Listen to what his actual response is and listen to it very carefully. Okay? Listen to it very carefully what he's saying to you.
I'm thinking, I don't remember what I was thinking, but you know, maybe it was true the way that things were, you know, filmed and recorded, and I do, you know, I'm smiling with ear to ear when I'm with Alandria. So
yeah, I think.
Now, first and foremost, he said he can't remember. The question was about him saying, she said about the dream girl situation. And then he actually did not answer the question properly. He said, listen to his response. He said, hold on, let me read what he said. Okay. What it actually said, dream girl. He said, okay. He said, I think that she's someone who has feelings and someone I have feelings for. And I don't know, they love to laugh at that one because I was like, what did she say? She said, are you my dream girl? Right? And he said, yeah, dream girl. And I was like, yeah. But I'm trying to like bring myself back into time. And I'm thinking, I don't remember what I was thinking. Nah, Negro, you just told us what you're thinking. You said, yeah, which means, first and foremost, Sarah was not your dream girl, quote unquote, to say. Just say that. But then he goes on to play it off again, like, no, you know. And so actually what he's doing, thank you very much, Jazz. That's exactly what he's doing. I've told you, Nick is very clever. He's already watched all the memes. He's watched all the videos. He said he only watched one episode back. Hey, maybe it's true. But he's already clocking what people have been saying. And I said, oh. So you don't remember what you felt in that moment when she said dream girl? Oh, you remember? Oh, you remember? Let's not pretend as if you don't remember now. You remember. So when I say that Nick, I don't trust him, this is what I mean. But let's not pretend as if O is the first person he's been that way. He has a pattern. I said this yesterday with Huda, and I said the same thing. If someone does it once, if someone does it twice, if someone does it 3 times, what more do you need as evidence this person is doing this behavior? Why are we ignoring Nick as if Nick is free? Like when I call out Ace, I call him the same way. When I call out Shelly, I call him the same way. When I call out Huda, it's the same way. When I call out Nick, it seems like people lose their heads over Nick. Of course, not my audience. You guys are sensible. You know what I'm saying to you? But the other people that be coming, I'll be like, you're not deep in it. You're not deep in it. You're not standing on business. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Bubba told us he don't remember what he was saying.
I think
that's that.
Yeah, I think, and even mentioning that we were skeptical. I think as the season got towards the end, and we talked about.
Let me forward it again. So he said, they asked him a question about whether he will talk to Sierra.
You'll have a conversation with Sierra at all, or is that kind of just not going to happen?
That's something that I'm still taking the time to process. I think that, I'm still taking the time to process. I just got my phone back, not even 24 hours ago. So I'm dealing with, speaking with my family and speaking, with my friends back home. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, but that's something that,
Negro, what do you need to figure out? No. You what is there to figure out? And he's making excuses again. I need to figure out if I need to call her or not. Does it not sound like those boys that don't call you back? Does it not sound like those men that say, you know what? The reason why I didn't call you back is because Negro, you didn't call me back because you don't want me. It's okay. Just say that you don't want me. It's okay. Like, you don't have to. But now you're telling me that after everything, you're not sure if you need to sit down with family first, sit down with this person. Yeah, you're heading to Disneyland. Yeah, you're doing this, and you don't know if you want to talk to Sierra. I say, get the frick out of here. I'm sorry. Get the frick out of here. You don't know if you want to talk to Sierra? You don't know? There's nothing in you that wants to speak to Sierra? And like, Nick is playing the nice guy again. He's playing the nice guy again. He doesn't want to offend certain people because he's afraid of what people might think. If I say I'm going to talk to Sierra, am I going to ruin my brand deals? Am I going to ruin people's projection of me? Like, that's why that answer was very clever earlier on when he said, oh, I don't want to leave the villa just in case it means I'm co-signing her behavior. Co-signing what? Co-signing what? Co-signing what? You don't even planning until you got out the villa. Nick is too aware of what's being said, and that's what makes him very clever. That's what makes Nick even more dangerous than the ace and the Taylor. See, the ace is somebody who keeps distance with you. He keeps you at bay, right? Taylor is like the dumb jockey, almost in a sense. No offense to him, just saying it's like, I'm too much stereotypes. I'm not saying he is, but he's like playing the dumb jockey, yeah? Nick is the guy that you thought would never play you, but plays you. And then you're devastated. And then even at the end, you're still thinking, is he bad or is he good? And you're not sure, even though he's doing you absolutely dirty. Nick is that guy. That's why I said to you about Nick being the most dangerous person out of the rest of the three. I said Nick is very clever. Nick has betrayed Jeremiah, who said he's a friend, and then said, I'll talk to him at the reunion. Nick is somebody who, at the time, said he liked Sierra so much. Now doesn't want to talk about with Sarah. All of a sudden, I have to consult my family first to have a conversation with her. Okay, but never went after Olandria at the very beginning. But now suddenly that's a person you want. But never said that. Okay, all right. So you did the exact same thing to Huda as well, and you were telling Huda and then voted against her twice. Okay, at some point we have to be able to concede that there's a pattern with Nick, and y'all shipping this relationship is crazy to me. Okay, but let's get on. Okay, all right. Nick is the kind of person that uses his niceness to blind you, and you're like, Nick, never, no. And do you know how I know that? Because we're seeing it with the way that people are responding about Nick and Alandria. Oh, he's respectful to Olandria. Okay. A brother just did what he did to another girl, and you are saying, but no, baby, your Olandria is different. He won't do you like that. But we just see him doing Sierra like that. But we are okay saying, no, he won't do her like that. No, he won't. He won't. He's shown so much respect towards Olandria. Okay. Okay. That's how I know some of you are shipping this, and it's like it doesn't make sense. But you know what? I'm okay. We're gonna continue playing what we need to play on. Okay.
I need to sit down and kind of figure out.
Yeah. I do appreciate the
I don't appreciate the clarity. He hasn't clarified anything. Okay. Let's see. I want to get to the next part. Okay, he said he's going to visit Olandria. He did say he's going to visit the family. They're going to visit each other's families and stuff like that as well. So that's also cool as well. And they got a lot of, he said they've got a lot of fun things planned. You know, and then he talks about Jeremiah being sent home. So let's listen to this part. His response about Jeremiah.
He was a little thrown off by being sent home by you as well.
Yeah. So I'm very close with Jeremiah. I still consider myself really good friends with him, you know, regardless of anything he might have said. And I think that there's a lot of clarity to that situation that is not aware yet. And
now, Nick, how can there be clarity to the situation? Have you noticed that all three, and this is how I said that these three are diabolical. This is why I said to you, all three of these people are diabolical. Him, Ace, and Taylor, diabolical. Diabolical. All three of them said the exact same thing. I'm really good friends with Jeremiah. We're really cool with them. What? Taylor said the exact same thing. I'm really cool with Jeremiah. Da, 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 da. Ace said the exact same thing. Oh, I'm really good with Jeremiah. I'm really cool with him. Da, 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 da. Is this how you don't treat people that you're cool with? Unless it was Pepe and Austin who voted him out. I don't know. I don't know, because as far as I heard with Taylor said it was more him and Ace. But I'm like, I'm saying, did Nick ever fight for Jeremiah and say, no, I'm not agreeing with that. Let's keep him in. Because if he did, he could have said something right now. Why didn't he say something right now? I just think that's a little bit tapped. If you say you're my friend, right? You could have come out and said, bro, I've called him already. I've had a conversation with him already. Me and him have locked in. I explained what happened on the show. This was wrong. Even Andrena has already reached out to Jeremiah. So I'm expecting Nick to come out. I'm expecting, if you send him your boy, oh, let me call you, bro. Listen, bro. I'm going to call you. Listen, bro. Before he gets out to the other else, I wanted to privately have a conversation with you. I want to let you know that, bro, listen, I didn't vote for you. The other two people did. But because obviously the consensus, that's what, okay, you explain that. Then all you have to say to us is, I spoke to Jeremiah and you know, and everything was cool. You know? But you haven't explained that. You know? Jeremiah was not cool with everybody. How can you say Jeremiah was cool with everybody? Jeremiah was never cool with everybody. When he left the village, he was so confused as to why he got voted out. And then it sunk in that he realized he got betrayed. That's not him change. He didn't change. People didn't get into his ear. All that would have happened is that he would have seen the show back and realized how bad it was. But at the time when we're watching it, you can see in real time, he's confused by how the boys played him. It looks even worse if he watches it back. You know what I'm saying to you? It looks even worse.
And it's something that I'm waiting till the reunion to happen, because it's interesting to see, you know, how people act when they think one thing, but in reality, it's a whole nother thing. Mm-hmm. And sorry, like noises, but when in reality, it's a whole nother thing. So to me,
what? That's why I said to you about Nick is. This is why I've been saying. This is why I've been saying that Nick is kind of dangerous, bro. Man's telling you, listen, I'm his boy. I'm cool with him. I'm all this. But you know what? I'm going to wait till reunion, because it's interesting to see how people behave when the clips are different. Does that sound like someone's a friend, or does it sound like someone's an op who you're having a beef with and you want to prove that you never said anything about them? Does that sound like someone's a friend? I'm pointing these things out because they're behaviors. I'm not even saying Nick is the worst human being. This is not about being the worst human being. It's about a pattern of behavior that Nick has right now that I know that, fam, this is not someone you should be shipping. Like, you should be scared. You know what I mean? Like, if you're telling me that you are my boy and you can't call me, but you're going to wait for the reunion to happen before you have a conversation with me, because it's going to be interesting to see how I be. Okay. 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 I hear you. I hear what you say. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I'm going to have Jeremiah's back. I know, you know, I followed him right after I got out of here, because in my head, I'm like, oh, we're boys. You know, I maybe collectively as a group that night, we decided to send him home, but hopefully he'll understand why. And but trust me, there's
Yeah.
I hope that they show you this clip in my head, because
So why not just say it, bro? It's nothing's gonna happen. Just say, look, just say, bro, listen, at the end of the day, fam, look, I defended him. I don't know what the big beef is. You know what I'm saying to you? I am not saying that the clip is not going to come out and they're going to say that he didn't say. I'm sure he says something, 1 or 2 lines about Jeremiah and saying that maybe we can't send him home. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm sure there might be a part of that clip in there. Yeah, because it's a long conversation. I'm going to be intrigued to see if he actually stood on that ground and said, I want Jeremiah to stay over sending him home. I'm going to be intrigued. Hey, I could be proven wrong, man. Maybe he defended him and I didn't realize. You know what I'm saying to you? Maybe he defended him fully and I didn't realize. You know what I mean?
So
let's just leave it at that.
So you're saying there's a clip that wasn't shown on the show that would give clarity as to why?
Yes, and clarity. Let's just say that. Yeah, I promise you that. And
now, see, this is kind of intriguing. Why is he so confident there'll be a clip that'll be on the reunion? Now, there's only 2 reasons why. Generally, he could be telling the absolute truth. He was defending Jeremiah the whole entire time. The other aspect is also as well, is that actually that you might have spoken to a producer, because how are you so confident there's going to be a clip? How is he so confident? You know what I'm saying to you? So that's what I'm just like, why are you so confident they're going to show this clip? What if they don't show the clip? What you going to do? You're not guaranteed they're going to show you the clip. So why are you so confident that at a reunion they're going to show the clip? That's my thinking. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why he's so confident, like to say at the reunion, like what makes you think they're going to show those hidden clips, specifically that particular clip, to prove your innocence? You know what I'm saying to you? It's gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be intriguing to hear what's gonna happen next. And listen to this response. Listen to this.
I'm sure Jeremiah and I will be able to have a conversation, because I do love the dude, and he might not know that and might not think that, but I have respect for him. I have love for him, and I'm happy to see that he's succeeding. I've been seeing like something about his book club and freaking Chipotle, and I'm really happy. Whether or not he wants to reciprocate that right now, I think in August.
Oh, so he don't want to talk to your ass. Oh, okay. That's what happened. He don't want to talk to your ass. I get it now. Now I get it. He don't want to talk to your ass. He don't like you. I see it now. He don't want to talk to your ass. He don't want to talk to you. I get it now. The brother just told us straight. Listen, he don't want to talk to you. Yes, he does not want to talk to you. Okay, he does not want to have a conversation with you, and that's why you said he may not know it right now. He may not reciprocate it right now. He don't want to talk to your ass, and you've been watching everything. See, like I said, the reality of the situation is the reason why we don't want to talk to you. The same reason why you don't want to talk to Alandria now. When you do some shady-ish, I ain't forgotten you did the shady-ish. Listen again.
He might not know that and might not think that, but I have respect for him. I have love for him, and I'm happy to see that he's succeeding. I've been seeing like something about his book club and freaking Chipotle, and I'm really happy. Whether or not he wants to reciprocate that right now, I think in August when we're at the reunion, it's going to be we're going to see. We'll see.
You'll be able to.
Yeah, he don't talk to you either. Yeah, he don't talk to you either. Yeah, he don't want nothing to do with you. He don't want nothing to do with your ass, because he done seen a snake in the grass, because he thought you were his friend, and he's recognizing you're not a friend. You know what I mean? And I'm honestly glad for Jeremiah. Do not trust these Negroes. When they snake you the first time, believe they'll snake you again. You know what I mean? Don't trust them twice. Yeah, I hear it. Then they talk about obviously and it's really interesting as well to hear this part as well.
Initial poll between the three of you guys, like, was it kind of an instantaneous, like, wow, this, like, we're really going to get along, us three?
Honestly, the first days in the villa, the Three Stooges was Jeremiah, Taylor, and Ace. I honestly felt like I was the odd man out for the first couple of days. And as they got to know my personality more, you know, when you're seeing me in face value, it's a lot different than when you start to get to know me.
So originally it was Ace, Taylor, and Jeremiah. Absolutely, it would have been. And then Jeremiah realized, y'all are some hating ass Negroes. Okay, Jeremiah realized I want to move to the beat of my own drum. Oh, then we realized, just like the Andrena situation with the Huda situation, like Taylor explained on his live with Nick Viles today, y'all didn't get to talk to the ladies. Well, you could have talked to them, and no one has stopped you from talking to him. No one stopped you from talking to Andrena. Nobody stopped you from talking to Huda. Huda didn't want to speak to you. That's the truth. Taylor, Nick didn't want to speak to you. Ace, if Huda wanted to, she could have. And she still didn't talk to you after, and you still didn't talk to her after. So what's the beef? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, if you wanted to, you could have. You just didn't want to. They were locked in early. I mean, what was Olandria and Taylor? What, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, were they not locked up early? Was Taylor not locked in early with Clark again, where Clark was complaining about who she could see? Why don't we vote Taylor off then and Clark then? We didn't vote them off, did we? Right? When Taylor and Clark got together, and I don't mind them because I think they were a really good couple, and she was complaining to the girl saying, no one can really come up to me and talk to me. We didn't vote them off, did we? You didn't vote them off. You didn't think to yourself, oh, they should be gone. You didn't warn him, hey, you're doing too much. You're too closed off. No. Instead, we were happy to see them together. It's giving hater vibes. It's giving hater vibes. Yeah. Yeah. It's giving hater.
And so it became the Four Stooges. And then I think like a lot of movements in the villa, this, that, you know, some people felt like they were outcasted, and then it was Three Stooges, and or Ed and Eddie, as I've been seeing online. I mean, the memes of Ace being like the ringleader is just hilarious.
So as I keep saying, the fact that Nick even knows the memes about the Three Stooges, like Nick is ahead of the game when it comes to the memes. You know what I mean? Nick is ahead when it comes to the memes. Like, brother he knows exactly what memes have already come out about him. He's in the so Nick is somebody who studies the game. Like, you have to be careful with someone like Nick. Nick studies, he watches, he observes, he pays attention, right? And that's what confuses people. You know what I'm saying to you? Jeez.
Hilarious to me. And again, like, the reunion will show, and that's why I'm laughing about it, because you know, first of all, I can laugh about myself. Ace can laugh about himself, and we love the edits. And so yeah.
I'm really curious about.
I'm curious as to what he believes that the reunion is going to show. The reunion is going to show what? The reunion is going to show what? What's the reunion going to show? You know what I'm saying to you? What's Nick so confident? Why is Nick so confident the reunion is going to exonerate him and Ace? Why is he so confident that the clips are going to show a different side to them? The show already showed you in a particular light. Why do you think the reunion is going to expose more of a different side to you? You know what I'm saying to you? Why do you think it's going to show more? Like, where's the confidence coming from? And they even asked him, how come you're so confident about them playing the clips at reunion? And he said, oh, you know, he just said, obviously, they asked him what his game plan. He said his game plan is to crash out if they don't show it. I'm full on running through the wall. You know what? Okay. Let me see the next part. He says about... Okay, Huda HQ. He speaks about the reason, the Huda and the Jeremiah situation, basically, right? The Huda and Jeremiah situation.
They did try and send her home twice, and I know that Huda HQ is not happy with me about that. But I think from what I've heard, you guys could see how draining it was for. It was the Jeremiah and Huda show for, I don't know, a week or a week and a half, whatever it was. And on camera, you might have seen I was stressed, and off camera, I was stressed.
Now, here's the thing. I get it. They would have been stressed having Huda and Jeremiah situation, and I get it. It's understandable that it would have been, a bit. It would have been interesting to kind of see how that would have impacted the house. And I can imagine, I'm not going to try and play it down like Jeremiah and Huda situation wouldn't have played down the house, or played it down at the end of the day. I get it. There was a lot of emotional affairs that were happening in between the two of them and their particular relationship. And so, I hear it, but to, again, talk about this relationship with Huda and Jeremiah, why would that mean that Jeremiah gets sent home? It's because you found an option. Y'all found an option to get rid of competition in the space, and none of you went
up. It was
after
taking away from, my relationship. It was taking away from my experience, and to summarize that, that's why I voted her off. So we had these conversations over time, and I started to realize that she did deserve another chance to be there, and we grew this.
How did you determine that she deserves another chance? I want to know how you managed to determine there was another chance. How did you get to that place? Over time, I came to see that she deserves another chance. How did you determine that she deserves another chance? You know what I'm saying to you? And I don't think Jeremiah and Huda should have left. No, I think Huda should have left. We can't equate what she was doing as abusive and then give the same card to another person who was being abused. That made no sense. She needs to go alone. You know what I mean? She needs to go alone. And so for me personally, you should. You guys did try to vote her out. I'm not gonna lie to you. You did try to vote her out twice. I say you guys tried to vote her out twice, in a sense it was America who tried to vote her out twice, and you guys failed on both occasions, and you voted against her. Fair enough. You know what I'm saying to you? I hear it. But as he said, he was taken away from his own experience. I want to know a bit more about how it took away from his experience. You know what I mean? I wonder how that happened.
Through this like really great friendship, and she's like a sister to me, and I'm like her brother, and we look after each other, and it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So we started off pretty rocky, but now we're super close, and I love Huda a lot, and I love like the dynamic that Alandria, Huda, and I have. I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. 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 Okay. Mm. Okay.
Or any part of you that instantly was, everyone was like, go back in?
Well, to go off your point of like go back in, when I got out of the villa, I was like really happy for Bildasha.
Mm-hmm.
And she's killing it. And I saw some stuff that she had said about me, but it wasn't anything like, too crazy. I know she didn't follow me on Instagram, but
Nick, every time you used to be talking about how it's not too crazy, people ain't following you back on Instagram for a reason, my boy. Okay? People ain't following you, you know? You know what I'm saying to you? I'm just saying. Like, bro, but that's what I want to talk to you for a reason, bro, because like I said, he left a messy trail. He left a messy trail. Right? Nothing Huda was clean.
Wait, what's the question again? Sorry, I
Just
lost
like
my train
if
of thought.
sorry, like if in the villa, if you were like regretting sending Bella home.
Um, it's tough. Like, it was the first week in the villa, and you know, a lot of your first conversations are going to be very surface level and like introductory.
Let's not lie. Why Nick actually didn't want to mess with Beladasha. He didn't want to mess with Beladasha because Beladasha wasn't putting out. I'm not mad at that because I think at the end of the day, you have every right. If someone doesn't want to have sex with you, move on. Like I'm not gonna start being mad about the fact that you want to move on. You don't have to stay. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to stay. So I totally understand it. He wants to move on, not a problem. The reality of the situation, he came back because he wanted to get a little smoochy because he had kissed some people in the challenges. That's the real reason. That's why I said he did her dirty. And then he lipsed her the same night he lipped Sierra. That wasn't about a game. That wasn't about anything else apart from him moving mad. You know what I'm saying, Chu? It's for him to be moving mad.
And when Sierra came in, I felt like that first night at the Hideaway, we broke down so many, you know, we broke down so much of that ice and we're able to have like these really strong conversations. And I was looking at I was comparing it to my last relationships as well. Bella's extremely my type, like to a T. That one.
If Nick, Beladasha's your type. Okay. I mean, I know Beladasha's your type. We know that Beladasha's your type. We know Beladasha's your type. We know Beladasha's your type. The difference between Alandria and Beladasha, though, is that Beladasha wasn't even trying to kiss in the challenges. If you remember correctly, people were kissing her on the side of the cheek. She wasn't putting out at all. Like, I mean, at all. Even in challenges, she was not trying to kiss nobody until the last one before she was going to leave. That was it. You know what I'm saying, Chu? So she switched up her particular way of doing things. So that's the big difference there. With Olandria, he was able to kiss her every single time. Very big difference. That's why he was able to move forward. If Olandria was doing what Beladasha was doing,
that woman is extremely gorgeous. And I think what I wanted from this experience was to, you know, obviously taking the beauty for account, but also taking like the connection that I'm building with somebody. And I think Sierra was really somebody that I could see myself in the long term with and like have these like really great conversations with.
So Sierra was a long-term person he could see himself with. And you need to think about whether you want to talk to her after the show is done, after she got removed from the show just like that. So Sierra's the type that you can see on a long-term relationship with. And that's why he went after who he went after. It's why I keep saying to you, like, when people go after people, there's a reason why men go after, and it's like people are reinventing history when it comes to men. And it's like we tell people what men are actually like, and they will tell you when he's a dog, they'll tell you, see, men are dogs. And then when we tell you that this person is moving like a dog, no, he's not a dog. He's not moving like a dog. Look at him. How can he be a dog? He's not moving like a dog. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, cool then. He's not a dog then. Okay. Okay. I hear it. Interesting. Okay.
And we were just talking about, you know, how many I was going through like this checklist that I had for myself. And Sierra was like checking, you know, a lot of those boxes off where I would look back at it, Bella and I's conversations, and it, you know, those check boxes maybe weren't checking because I hadn't broken that level of communication with her. And by the time I had to make a decision, it was like I was really, you know, comparing it. And to me, it was to go with that stronger connection, you know, rather.
The stronger connection was the person was willing to throw the pussoir at you. I'm not mad at it again. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not mad at it again. You know, it's understandable again. So for me personally, I'm hearing it. I'm saying once more again that in that particular space, I understand why Sierra was the one that you chose, because she not only came after you, she was willing to put the poissoir on you. You know what I mean? She was willing to put the poissoir. Okay. And as a brother who's in there to do what you want to do, the poissoir made sense. You know what I'm saying to you? It made sense. I'm not about to shoot you. It made sense. She threw that poissoir at you. You took it, you grabbed it, and you did what you did. Okay? All right? I hear it. Okay? Right? But if we go and say that Sarah was moving fast, then maybe she should have been out of the show too, because she threw herself into Nick and really was never going to really give anybody a real chance.
You know, rather than, you know, the typical type on paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we love Bella. We love Baldasha. She's, you know, I hope I get to talk to her on the outside. Honestly, I don't know if that's something she wants to do, but I'm willing to talk to her for sure.
Well, maybe
so you willing to talk to Bella Dasha, but not Sierra? Negro, your ass is clocked. So you are willing to talk to Bella Dasha, not to Sierra? Oh, so you have to talk to your parents. You have to talk to you have to talk to the whole world before you talk to Sierra first. But with Bella Dasha, I hope I get to speak to her. Sir. If y'all don't stop playing with me, man, I keep telling y'all, this person, he's the most dangerous guy out there. You don't know. Nick, I'm not even mad at it. When you see an emotional F-boy, you have to understand it. They're a different type. They're a different type. You know? Different type. So Sarah made a video saying she only wants to see him to diss him. Lol. Well, I guess she'll end up dissing him.
maybe she'll be at the reunion. We did have a moment, of course, like we've said, where we thought.
I want to be able to move past this. He talks about Alandria again. I'm seeing where he said, I don't see any guys crying my life. He's talking about, I said to him, away, I'm coming out of here. You think? I was like, 5, 6 brothers. Like, these are my actual brothers. I want to see where he talks, because, okay. You know, hello, goodbye to Sierra and see my friends again. I know Ace was pissed away. It's so unpredictable when it's my best friend Ace. Exclusive, something that they've been working towards since. I know Ace was pissed away. But you know what's interesting?
Sierra and see my friends again. And I know Ace was pissed the way you know, they got him crying on TV, and then the next morning I'm there again.
Hold on.
Action that was strong, and say, you know, hello, goodbye to Sierra and see my friends again. And I know Ace was pissed the way you know, they got him crying on TV, and then the next morning I'm there again. I know he was pissed.
Now it's really interesting. I may be a little bit picky here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably being a little bit picky here. Okay. All right. I'm being a little bit picky here. It's funny. He says here who he was looking to speak to when he got kicked out. Who was he looking forward to speaking to? Ace, Sierra. Now, of course, at this point, him and Olandria hadn't really developed the romantic. But if he always wanted Olandria from the very beginning, surely he would have been happy to see Olandria when he got back. Or surely he would have been thinking about Olandria, because obviously, hopefully she doesn't, you know, hopefully he'll be able to, you know, see her before they left. But then again, I'm just being picky because remember he left with Olandria. So, you know what I mean? I get it. You know what I'm saying, Chi? I get it. You know, I'm just being a little bit picky.
I mean, how shocked were you
Oh, hold
when
on.
Ace?
I want to fast forward it because he talks about Huda and Chris and talks about how they were holding hands. Let's enjoy being friends. That's what we did, including innovation from award-winning number. This is them talking about the thing. Hold on. I want to go further. Hold on. I want to be able to. I think he talks about Maya here. About Brian and Maya. He says he loved them. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Oh, they asked me about Olandria and where she is. He was very polite.
Where's Alandria?
We're wondering, honestly, we're wondering the same
I was
thing.
thinking the same thing.
Because, you know, we wanted to talk to Alandria as well with you, but we couldn't make it happen. So we're wondering, where's Alandria?
She's, you know, I think that she's a shy girl. Like she's taking her time to process everything. I think we had a long flight, not a lot of sleep. And so she was there. She was definitely there. And
apparently Olandria ain't coming. They don't want Olandria to come on the show with the girls. I want to be honest with you. First and foremost, yeah, the girls are doing their job. Can I be honest with you? I don't remember any racist comments or anything about that. If they think that's what happened, if they can show evidence, I'm also happy to be able to rescind that. The girls were given their honest opinions, and they felt like Nick wasn't being genuine. Like I think we have to, like, if when people are going to be interviewing people, let's be freaking honest, right? They're going to have their own opinions. Like, this neutral ground stuff is nonsense. People have opinions. You know what I'm saying to you? Oh, go where they like you. No, go. I hear it, but you listen. At the end of the day, fam. You know, at the end of the day, they didn't think that Nick and her were serious. No different to what I've said. You know what I'm saying to you? No different to what anybody said. And then we attributed it to racism. I said, I haven't seen anything yet. As of yet. I'm going to stand corrected. I haven't seen anything as of yet. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anything yet. You know what I'm saying to you? I've not seen anything yet about that necessarily happening. If I do, I'll be willing to do a video, break it down. You know what I'm saying to you? They call Shelly and O mean girls. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, half the internet was calling them mean girls, and they're black or white people doing it too. Again, I want to be very clear. A lot of people are calling them mean girls. Again, let's not attribute that necessarily to racism, because a lot of people felt they were being mean. You know what I'm saying to you? A lot of people felt they were being mean. So, you know, as for me personally, I didn't say they're necessarily mean girls, but I can see why they're being a bit mean. I can see why they're being a bit mean. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I won't say necessarily they're mean girls, but I can see why they're being, like, someone could say they're being a bit mean. You know what I mean? So I hope they're not thinking it's just because they're two white women. I mean, listen, it's possible, but it's not necessarily what I was thinking in my brain, and to get me. But yeah.
And you know, constantly like, where's Alandria? Where's Alandria? So don't worry, Nick, Alandria Hive. You know, she's doing great. She's loving the edits. She's loving, you know, watching us grow through the process. And no, we're just excited to. She's taking a bit more baby steps to becoming more public with her voice. And
that's fair. I did like the way he covered it, though. You know, I like the way he covered it and stuff. You know, so I personally. I think that was the way he covered it. I like it. You know, I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? I like the way he covered her. He made sure, like, to say, hey, look, she was busy, she's tired. You know, he didn't leave no gaps for them to, you know, make any deductions. She's tired. She did it. That's good. I like that. You know what I mean? And that's the way it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying to you? So yeah, I definitely understand that as well. Because yeah.
Voice, and meanwhile, you know, I'm her fire to her water. So
Hey,
and yeah, you know how it been.
yeah, totally fair. I mean, it's quite the jump. I feel like it's disorienting for anybody to go from one thing to now how explosive. Meg Thee Stallion showed up.
Oh, my queen, Meg. She's seen me toot my thing, so she's seen my ass clap. And
She did. We all did.
I can't lie to you. Do you know what it is? I don't, and do you know what it is as well? Whenever he does that queen stuff, it pisses me off. Or it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. You know what I mean? It drives me nuts. I tell you why it drives me nuts. It's because I don't hear him call, and I might have missed it. So I might have to resend it. He always says that about black women, but never says that about the only woman we talk about how black men change when they try to date certain white women and how they change certain things. And nobody's noticing the fact that he calls black women. Listen, I'm not saying it's not respectful. I'm saying to you, that level of thing, it's like, yes, it's pandering 101. It is a critical type of player type game that he, especially for black women, calls them queens, knowing that people are going to like it. It's not because it's not across the board. It's like you don't hear him saying queen to the white women. I'm like, bro, you white. Why are you not calling the white women queens too? It should start ringing alarm bells in your head. That's something not quite right now. He may have called other women queens, but I never heard it. Okay, I never heard it. Okay, all right. I mean, he started wearing Taylor's clothes whenever he was dating Olandria. I never saw that when it came to Sierra and them's. Okay, we just got to call a thing. This level of code switching when you're not in warfare and you're not in fighting mode. Why is he switching like that? Why, my queen? What? What? He might as well start saying Grand Rising. You know what I mean? He must say Grand Rising. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Bit weird. It's just a bit weird for me. I don't know. It's just weird for me. It's like it's just it's like it's giving the person that wants to infiltrate black. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm saying too much. Like I said, I'm not saying he's bad. Again, it's not like he's bad. I'm saying I feel like he's just playing a game. You know what I mean? I know he didn't have no clothes, but specifically the way he dressed seemed to be whenever he was with Olandria. That's what I'm saying to you. The style of clothing, the way he dressed, the hair changes. It seemed to happen when Olandria came in. He knows how to market himself. Like he is the tip-top marketer. You know what I'm saying to you? That's why I can't trust it. Because you don't call your own people queens. That should be problematic, bro. We should be concerned why a white man decides that he wants to start calling black women queen, but we never heard him say that about his own people. You not be getting onto black men's neck, and rightly so. Those black men that be hyping those white women up, you be on their neck, and rightly so. You're not concerned? You're not concerned? You're not concerned? I'm just saying. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned because that's the kind of stuff that when people are playing games, that's the kind of stuff they do. You know what I mean? Kind of stuff they do when they're playing games.
We all did.
I was watching those clips. I'm like, damn, I didn't know I had the bubble like that. It's definitely my so,
unbelievable.
I don't know where I got those dances from, but Meg, shout out Meg. She I heard that Taylor and I were her favorite that day. So I think I was riding that wave of positive.
So just to make it very clear, it's not that he calls black women queens that's a problem. Don't turn it into the wrong thing. We said that he doesn't call his own women queens. Listen very carefully. I don't want to miss the point. It's not that he calls black women queens. That's a problem. The problem is that when he calls black women queens, he doesn't call his own women queens. Why is that? That should be an alarm bell ringing. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That should send some alarm bells ringing, like, let's at least look a bit more closer to that. That's what I'm saying. Not that he calls them black queens. Black women are queens to me. If black women are queens to me, right? Unless he knows he's pandering. And he knows that he knows what black women like. He knows specifically to be calling black women queens because he knows that black women, this is something that we do. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's a bit, that's what I'm saying to you. Like there's something that needs to be spoken about. If he's not calling his own woman queen, you might want to just look at that. You know what I mean? Especially as they have kings and queens in their community. You know what I mean? They have a history of kings and queens in this country. Well, my country anyway, not their country, but you know what I mean?
Positivity since then. So shout out Meg, she's the GOAT.
Yeah, no, that was so funny to watch. And Olandria and Sierra were so close. Like
there today.
Now we're going to Disneyland. We're Clarking it. What's that thing I saw?
Oh yeah. Well, did you see Ace's?
There's no one meme that Nick doesn't know, bro. There's not one meme he don't know, bro. There's not one meme Nick don't know. He said, what's that Clark thing? Whatever he did on that flight coming back to home, he studied. He studied the whole thing. Bro, he studied. Bro, like, they are in deep, bro. Indeed. Indeed. You know what I mean?
The Ace's song.
Ace has a rap song now.
Yeah, and he, that went viral during the season.
Yeah, it did still. I want to see if we discuss it again. Let's see. I think he talks a little bit about Shell and Ace.
Shelly was out in New York or something, and Ace might have brushed shoulders with her at a club or something along those lines. But I think another thing that wasn't shown was I used to work at like these catering events, and I met Jeremiah for like 2 minutes a few months right beforehand. And I just remember.
Now I want to know what kind of catering events were they doing. Was it Naked Butlers or something like why? What catering events were you not working at? Just want to know. Just want to know. Okay. Honestly, that is, we gonna eat it up. I'm telling you, we gonna be the people that gonna be eating it up. Anyway, so I personally, I don't think there's anything else that he actually says that's important as well, and like in this situation. But what I would say is, listen, at the end of the day, I was being funny about the Butlers thing, guys. I was joking about the Butlers thing, but no, at the end of the day, like I said, listen, I understand. There's a business, it's a game, and at the end of the day, things got to get done. Okay, things got to get done. I get it. Money's on the table, brands are on the table. You just want to be able to enjoy life, and I'm not gonna shoot nobody down for that. I think you should be able to enjoy your life, enjoy your time. I'm not here to stop you from enjoying those things. Go ahead and do those things. You know what I'm saying to you? I just want to be honest and real. I think Nick is a game player, and he's a very good one. He's a very good one, and only time will tell. and we'll see from here. You know what I'm saying to you? By the way, listen, my time is up. You know what I'm saying to you? My time is up. I'm gonna be out. Okay. All right. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked. So we'll see you again very soon. Okay. All right. I appreciate y'all.